lazy. I'm lazy right now. Too much. 35 minutes we're going to run up. Don't jump up here. I know you love this stuff, but actually, some people feed the capsules. Right? That's why I got you to on. Hey, I'm Beverly. Go Slaughter, Rhonda. What's going on below? We're gonna get this read in. I uploaded a video, but it's taking forever to upload it. Let me see if they might have uploaded it. I don't know. Let me take a look. You know me, I'm always researching stuff, so I know I don't want to be on her too long, so I'm gonna read and get off. Okay. I believe it uploaded, hey. Yeah, it did. People are troubled, ain't they? People are bothered. I love it. They're scared. People do not need to be scared. Y'all need to stop. It's just stupid. Stop being scared. Excuse me, hold on. Scopes, okay. Okay, my apologies, I'm gonna read, but they asked me this thing because I'm showing guns, and I show a target, a laser thing, which they have that on all the video games. If you watch gaming videos, I've watched a few gaming videos, and I don't think they asked them that. And even though it's gaming, it says here that it asks. But mine's because I mentioned in the video I'm uploading, it says scopes and sights, so that would be it. But it talks about content that shows gun creation and modification, including assembly or disassembly. None of that. The context of modification, no. Promotes gun makers or sellers, no. Or facilitates the sale of guns as parts, no. Minors using guns without adults, especially by getting a bag. Supervision, no. Content showing gun modified with bumps, no. Hair trick, and they're legal, dummies. You need to remove that. Triggers thermal or infrared sights. You saw a red, and these are lasers. They're not. Or using thermal or incendiary ammunition, no. Content featuring large capacity magazines. 30 rounds or more attached or separate from a gun. Well, yeah, but they also have this clause that you can have up to 20-something rounds in it. But that's political, which YouTube is not supposed to be. And they would hate to see me hit them because I would hit them in the pocket. I'd put a lien against the company, and I would win. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. I wouldn't even say how, but trust me, I would win. Assembly disassembly of a firearm for the purpose of no. Videos contain I built something, but that doesn't mean nothing. I'm not showing it or assembly or anything. Software equipment for 3D, no. Which promotes manufacturers with discount, no. Videos which promote content for guns, no. But it is scopes, and I did mention the scopes and the sites, which Vortex, which I'm not selling. They're not paid advertiser, or they don't sponsor me. So I'll put that. I'll just tag that because that's about the lieu of it. I could just say sensitive event, or no, I could say none of the above, but I'll submit that. Okay, and let them have that. They probably put me on ad limited, which is cool. I hope you guys are watching the ads. I'm about to put ads. I'm about to go live, but I'm gonna do it from my what you call it here, where I can put ads in between. If we go like over an hour, you might get 2 ads like every 25 or 30 minutes. Just watch the ads, okay? It'll help. It'll help me, and that way I can get off of Cashapp because you guys don't want to help. But let's go ahead and get in reading. How you guys doing? So anyway, it's good to have you in here, you guys. Let's go ahead. We're going to start with the Negro Project, and then we're going to go right into Behold the Pale Horse. I'm having some tea. I got to head out. My friend gave me some sour D. Yeah, I'm not going to show it on here because, you know, the guidelines, which is all right. You can. I mean, they got smoking, blah, 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 blah. And they're monetized, so, I mean, I can show you, but oh my goodness, no. I'm going to save that, put it in the freezer. So when you come up, bro, we have some sour D. Anyway, let's get into the Negro Project. Margaret Sanger's diabolical, duplicitous, dangerous, disastrous, and deadly plan for so-called Black America. Okay? You already know what it is. Okay? Let's take it right from the top. Okay? Clearly, something needed to be done to quell the brewing unrest. And this was where the strategy involving the black clergy was to come into play. And we're going to read about Martin Luther King because some people are just sharing some information that is so... You can tell when people ride the bandwagon of lair, and they don't research nothing. It just gets on my nerves. So anyway, this was where the strategy involving the black clergy was to come into play. One such minister who bought into this strategy was Dr. Adam Clayton Powell, Sr. of the Abyssinian Baptist Church, who invited Sanger to address his congregation. Now, Sanger presented her program, packaging birth control in the positive language of better health, helping families to space out the births of their children, to assist in the mother's recovery, etc. But many members weren't buying it. Powell received harsh criticism from one unnamed minister who was surprised that he Powell allowed that awful woman in his church. Another member of the black clergy who was, to put it mildly, suspicious of Sanger's motives, but who became an unwitting dupe, was J.T. Braun, the editor-in-chief of the National Baptist Sunday School Publishing Board in Nashville, Tennessee. In a letter he sent to Sanger on December 8, 1941, 2 years after she had launched the Negro Project, he expressed his very deep concerns about birth control, telling her, "The very idea of such a thing has always held the greatest hatred and contempt in my mind." He implied, however, that his mind remained open on the subject by adding, "I am hesitant to give my full endorsement of this idea until you send me perhaps some more convincing literature on this subject." Emphasis added. In other words, give me a reason. We're going to stop it at that because it starts to get a little testy, okay, and sensitive, which all that should be as well, okay. What people don't never do, and it's what begills me, is these sisters who go to get this, they never look at how many melanated women period, pass away each year. Because in the beginning, it was mostly hitting us, but it was a form of control. Like you think about Vietnam, right? Well, it would behoove you to know that the Vietnam, we were arming them when they were fighting the French. Like, make it make sense. Do you get it? Now, I showed pictures of Vietnam, the original Vietnamese, how dark they were. Man, they were dark as damn near midnight, some of them. Seriously, we're not talking about sunburn. We're talking about dark, like African dark. I'm serious, y'all. Look it up, okay? Let's go ahead and get into William Cooper, Behold a Pale Horse. Okay, I believe we're in article, was it 6, was it? 8, actually we are, because we only read section 1 I wanted to read. And section 1 was pretty long. It was actually the longest one, okay? Other than, I believe, section 1, I believe the next one is going to be pretty long, is like section 11. If I remember. Yeah, section 11 is pretty freaking long. So let's go ahead and get 2 and 3 and 4. And these are short. Anyway, Article 6, the legislative branch, the Senate and the House of Representatives. All right, and this is the Senate as far as A goes. Section 2, membership shall continue for life, except that absences not provided by the rule shall constitute retirement, and that senators may retire voluntarily. That's when they start getting a little, and they make them step down. You know, Mr. Getting Stuck. You know. Section 3. And they didn't tell him to step down. Wouldn't it behavior? Because he plays a major part in the political fray of democracy. Fascist narratives. So anyway, section 3. The Senate shall elect a presiding officer, a convener, who shall serve for 2 years, and when his further service may be discontinued by a majority vote, other officers, including a deputy, shall be appointed by the convener, I hate that word, unless the Senate shall object. Okay? You already should know what that's all about, and that's not even happening. Section 4. It's not happening at all. It's disturbing, isn't it? People don't know their constitutions or their articles. Section 4. The Senate shall meet each year on the second Tuesday in July and shall be in continuous session. Now, everybody's supposed to be aware of this, but may adjourn to the call of the convener. A quorum shall be more than 3/5 of the whole membership. What are we looking at right now? Like, seriously, people. These bulls have not been following the Constitution. They are all, and they're Sadducees. Are they teaching the Constitution in school or in college? Unless you go for that. And then you've got to be very careful that you make it in that department, depending on political science and everything else. Let's read one more, okay? Section 5. The Senate shall consider and return within 30 days all measures approved by the House of Representatives. Now, in parentheses, it says, except the annual budget. So it's except for the annual budget. I guess that's what they're supposed to continue to convene. For what reasons? Pork barrel spending? War? It's never what it was supposed to be about. Approval or disapproval should be by a majority vote of those present. Now, objections shall stand unless the House of Representatives shall overcome it by a majority vote plus 1. If no return be made, approval by the House of Representatives shall be final. For consideration of laws passed by the House of Representatives or for other purposes. Now, the convener, I'm saying the word I want, convener, may appoint appropriate committees. And you know, it's funny how they say, oh, out of these states, right, 49 here, right? And then you got supposed to be Hawaii and Puerto, which, you know, Hawaii, they never made a treaty. Hawaii is not a state. And what's the other one? Puerto Rico. But you see how they do Puerto Rico? How is it a state? What I'm saying is everybody on a major scale is dealing with an absurdity and have been. All right. When Kennedy was taken out by the CIA, that was it. LBJ, we're going to get into some of that later down the road, okay? Let me mark this, and we'll be picking up on section 6, and we'll read 6 down to 9, which will be very interesting as well. Okay? And then 10 and 11 will be read in succession, and maybe, I think 11, because it's pretty long, we'll read 6 to 10, and then 11 will be the next day, and I'll read that if I don't upload King James, all right, because I actually should have uploaded that just now. But that is pretty crazy, isn't it? When you think about it, you know, it's like, whoa, you know. And you would think that all these, I'm not talking about color or something, but you would think the Pelicans would know this. But they're just worried about their particular things, whether it be guns, this, that, and other. 1939, when the NFA was created, it was completely racist because they wanted to kill off the original inhabitants of the land. And that wasn't no damn Native Americans. That was us. And there's stories all over. And I wanted to share this with you. We have people talking about the people that helped Dr. Martin Luther King write his speeches. These people crack me up, man. And I'm not being hateful. I'm the antagonist because nobody wants to research anything. All right. So what's going around? Somebody's just throwing this thing about Walter Lippmann. Let me help y'all have an insider on what Walter Lippmann actually edited. Okay. He edited this statement. It must have been a sad day, a dull day, rarefied to the core. The pastor had died. The man of God, who being black in the racist American society of the 1960s, had dared to have a dream. It was a single shot from a Remington Peters rifle. Yet everybody knew that a certain doctor at a certain hospital with an FBI agent in tow who spit on him and smothered him to death and that is well known. It was known in this fake government, okay? Because Martin Luther King had walked off the farm. Do you understand that? And what bothers me about some of these sisters, they come over and these brothers and they come and look at my videos, and in their subtle ignorance, they believe this is competition. That's why I'm saying be careful on Facebook and all these other platforms listening to these ignoramuses. And I'm going to start calling them out, and they ain't ready for the battle because they better stick to arguing with natives because that's all they know. They're emotionally unstable. We're talking about men, young men in their 30s, whatever, who haven't had a strong male figure, and women who think unbridledly because of their relationship with certain men that they have the coup d'etat because they're holding on to something that they lost it. They probably want to off themselves or something. I'm not pushing that. No, seriously. And it's sad. Anybody think they can be in competition when there's no competition? I haven't even shared a tenth of what I know. I'm going to share something with y'all right now. 34 minutes, right? We've been in. 90-year-old Mason, okay? Edinburgh, Scotland, was an Irish woman. When she asked me, this is about 4 hours into all the information they were sharing with me, she says, do you know what the IRA really means? In her accent. Irish Republican Army. Irish Ireland Republic Army. Not Ireland. The Republic. Who do you think this is the one that told me who founded Europe. She says, an Algonquin queen. I said, man, well, I looked at this woman. I was pretty lit too. And there was a whole lot of people in their party. Oh, sexy. Anyway, right? I said, you got to be crazy. She looked at me. I'm 90 years old, son. Do you know when I was born? Are you aware that my mammy, she doesn't even know her origin? They had this thing, and I'm going to share it with you right now. I'm seeing how y'all know everything. In Europe. Still there, but they cleaned it up a little bit. It's called the NSPCC. Do you know what that is? Yes, people. In 1987, in Edinburgh, Scotland, or 88, whatever it was, right? 90, 87, and 85-year-old Masons. I was taken there, and I was the last that they would see out of all those they saw since World War I, II, Korea, and Vietnam. There's always a select few that came to them whenever something was kicking off or about to kick off because we knew who we were. No, literally. And because of the oath, I said. And so you got all these little idiots running around thinking they know. 5, 7, 10 years ago, they didn't know who they were. They would run around black and this, that, and the other. So the UK Children's Charity, which is the... y'all would be surprised. It's called the National Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Children. Do you know when it arose? In 1881. What was going on then? Who do you think they would bring here after conditioning, taking these children off the street, whose parents were no longer around, who were part of the old world? That's right, they were pale-skinned people, so be quiet. But they weren't what you think now, because if you can look at most of those pictures in 1870, 1881, a lot of them tall pale-skins look kind of like Negroid, right? Are y'all having a hard time processing this? So when she alluded to this fact, I said, well, how do you know you're Scottish? She says, we really don't. We were put there in Ireland because she was an Irish Scot. And by a certain group of individuals, they didn't like how some of us turned out. What? And then that's when I got all the kibbles and bets. Okay? Martin Luther King was, because you got to remember, the word boule didn't exist until when? How many of y'all know when the word boule existed? Or when it started? What college did it come out of? What fraternity? A lot of people say want to say W.B. Du Bois and this, that. No, I want to know some facts. Because I'm really have grown tired up to here with the ignorance in the melanated community. Especially, obviously, we do have some dumb-ass nigger feds. If they were smart, they would unassign themselves and get out if they knew the truth. But because they're stupid, they will stay. Because you see, like a lot of these niggas running around with pale skins, they're talking like this. What do you mean? And they're with pale skin women, right? But they still have this rage about them. And they're skinny, and they don't know what's going on, but they think that they're smart because they skateboard. I was skateboarding too on them little plastic banana skateboards, and one's made out of 1x2s or 4s, 1x4s with roller skating wheels. So please give it a break. Okay. Let me see here. And this is not on Chrome or Google, so I don't like using them all the time. Okay. And besides that, Mr. Lippman passed away, I think, in 1970 something. He was like 87 years old. You just can't make this stuff out. Oh, where is it at? Let me see if I can pull it up. Oh, you know who helped him write? Who helped him, assisted him in writing the I Have a Dream. Clarence B. Jones. Why is that our people are so damn dumb? Clarence B. Jones. And look, if you can't take correction, this is not the place for y'all. Love all y'all. But if you can't handle it, if you're too emotional and too much in your feelings, or you're going through something and you don't want to express it with the brothers, you know, right now, our brother Original Lone Wolf, I'm wondering what's going on. I'm trying to reach out to Jay Davis because it may be able to help him. I done reached out to certain attorneys and stuff. It's just not that forte. Now, they say they will study and see what they can find, but that's work when you're working. You know what I'm saying? So I would love for people like to get together. And why did he give that speech the way he did? Because he knew that he had made the statement before that he led us into a burning house. Segregation should have never happened the way it was because they were too busy killing us. And that was around the time of arousal, going from Negro that was in all the speeches, even up until Cassius Clay and Malcolm X and all them brothers came along, and then it became Black from Negro, which was Negro de Terra, the dead of the land. So y'all keep listening to these individuals who think they could come and look at my video, be disrespectful, go and push their little crap because they think they're saying something. You know, the best thing to do, and if you're going to watch this and run back, be silent, silencio. Mind your manners, close your lips, stop spouting stuff, teach the children around you in the neighborhood, make it eloquent, because you're attempting to teach adults, and the majority, 90% of them are ignorant as AF, okay? Sit down with your family, pull out the computer, put it up on your smart TV. I want y'all to have a look at this, check this out, or have a listen. And if they're too, because disarousal happens, not arousal. Disarousal happens after all this goofiness going on because the feds, they're ahead of you. Well, whatever you want to call them, it's not all feds. Got to be clear on that. We are United States American illegals, not citizens, not all this. We're autochthonous. It's our land. We're not United States. You know when you go and fill out your little firearm thing, it says, did you Okay. Did you? No, those cars. Airbnbs. Anyway, um, did you renounce your United States citizenship? Yeah, I never accepted it. I'm an American, you fucktards. See, these Negroes believe that they're going to win something for betraying you. They believe knowing, maybe knowledgeable, that you are righteous people, but betraying you will solidify them a place. No, they get an L. They don't get a win. All right, I can't even get my hands right. They don't even get a win. They get an L, a big one. I appreciate y'all share this, and I appreciate y'all taking the time to listen. I'm gonna go ahead and sign off. Hey, Max B, Equator 7, what's going on, beloveds? Sigma Pi Phi, known as the Boule, founded in 1904 in Philadelphia. Founded in 1904, established in 1890, signatured on in 1887. Once created in secrecy, then deployed, it takes time to garner the wages to supplement and subjugate. Okay? Very good, hon. Anyway, appreciate you guys. It's nothing but love, but it's 44 minutes, went a little over. Nothing but love and respect. Share this. And 5 o'clock, y'all know what happens, so I got to run out and get back. All right? Yeah, we're going to talk about how did we get here. I'm not going to come with answers and all that. I want to hear, please have a voice. It's a podcast, all right? Don't sit there all scared to come on and voice your opinions. This is how we build. Oh, man, it's always my good brother Rondo and, a select handful. Like, everybody partake. Now, everybody knows what time it starts, right? Let's see. I was busy. You're busy what? Thumbing you. Come on, man. People are moving like cowards. People tell on themselves too. See y'all here shortly, all right?